Hey, what up, everybody in the club? Everybody in the traffic. I'm here with perhaps all of the city. I've been in traffic for a while, which tends to be when I record these, so, you know, no surprise there. I'm driving oh so slowly. Someday I will make it home. Yeah, it started earlier than normal too. It's like when I get to the tunnel, I don't know. Tunnel tends to be half an hour if it's pretty bad. And usually tends to be about when it really starts to back up. Sometimes it backs up for like 10, 15, 20 minutes before that. I think I've been driving for about 50 minutes and I'm not quite to the tunnel. I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm going. I don't know. I don't think I'm having a bad time. I haven't been listening to anything. I think I've just been in my brain, you know, as it sometimes happens. Look, you'd want to be in there too. You can be in there. Come join me. The party's fun. That's a cop. Maybe not. They've got a sheriff badge. Plymouth County Sheriff, dial 911. Sheriff badge on the side of a van. You know, the usual. I've been driving for much of the day. I've been on planting crew lately, is really the update in my life. Well, and my love is out of town. But the big updates I've been planting crew lately. I didn't do planting crew for like 3.5 months of this job, and then I was planting crew last Wednesday, last Friday. The last 2 days I got to work with my mentor. Miss him, love him, great dude. If you see him, tell him hey. Tell him hey, and that I have his old jacket. And I love it. It's cozy, it's comfortable. Oh yeah, I'm on planting crew. Yeah, I was there Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I think I'm on the schedule for it for tomorrow also. And yeah, yesterday I was sent to pick up 6 trees from the nursery, and they've all been paid for, yada yada. I go there, I'm like, yeah, I'm from this company, I want the trees. They forklift them into the truck I'm driving. First time I'd driven that truck was that day. And then I've got to like tilt them down so they're not laying flat or not laying on anything, but so they're not standing up. And then I've got to tarp them and I've got to tie them up so they don't flop over or anything. And I saw one of the price tags on the tree was almost $500. So I'm like, okay, wow, it's 6 trees totaling $3,000, and I've kind of just been given total responsibility for them, which is, it was a little scary. I don't know if scary is the word. A little bit nerve-wracking is, I think, how I want to describe it. And oh yeah, but then I brought them to the job site and they turned out fine and nobody complained, and I didn't ask how long they'd been waiting for the trees, but you know, maybe it was a while. And then today planting crew again. I drive to the first job site. I'm there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I should text the other guy on the crew, be like, hey, I'm here. Another little while passes. I like send more in-depth texts like, hey, this is me. I'm at the job site. And I had heard that at some point he was gonna, there were two of them. The two of them were gonna go pick up more trees, but I wasn't sure if that was gonna be start of the day or the middle of the day. I ended up waiting an hour and 20 minutes, and then when they came, we planted some trees, and it was like, okay, we've got to plant these trees on this very steep hill. Something around that. I won't say muddy, but like kind of a bit sandy soil, so I was not slipping a ton, but towards the end I was definitely struggling at points to not slip and slide. But the real challenge of this job site was, so you go into the backyard, here's the hill, and then there's a like 5.5 foot or so, something like that, like stone wall. And there were like 5-6 plants we were planting. One of them was kind of hard for 2 people to carry, and we had 3 people, and we had to get them up on this wall. So we set up a whole like pulley system, and I was up top trying to guide it, and we got it working. And it was a challenge, but like a challenge with a satisfying conclusion. And then I was thinking like, okay, we finally got this one up. Now we just got to do that 5 more times. But then the other plants were like so much lighter, so much easier to put up there. And then, yeah, it was a kind of a, not the easiest planting site, but like not that bad. I feel like it was more of fun challenge than shitty challenge. You know me. Maybe you don't know me. I love a physics-based puzzle. I love to solve physics. I love to use pulley systems. I haven't even started climbing the trees yet, but God, I'm so excited for the physics of it all. Yeah, I feel like at my old truck crew job, which was a lot of loading and unloading trucks and boats, etc., and the crane on the pier and the truck lift gates, etc. I feel like I was saying this at the time, that like, I don't know, it feels like every day is a new physics lesson. And like working with your hands and experimenting, and it's like, yeah, people sometimes dunk on a whole other tangent about how people dunk on manual labor. Not dunk on it, but like sometimes you mention manual labor and people are like, oh, I love mindless labor. Hate that. Also, but though, like, I can't make a normal sentence. But like, I love the physics challenges of it. I love the thinking of it all with like moving things in 3D space. And from what I've heard, the like climbing trees aspect of this job, when you're climbing on the rope, I've heard that's a lot like that, and I'm so pumped. I love a good spatial brain puzzle, and I love to use my muscles, and I love the overlap between these two things. And I think My video might shut off in a sec because it's about 10 minutes. And it has previously stopped at that point. I don't know, maybe it's still going. The world is my oyster. I can post videos longer than 10 minutes, perhaps. And I'm almost to the tunnel. I can sort of see the entrance. I can sort of see some of the lights inside it. So I'm getting there. I am on my way home. And someday I will be home. Maybe in like an hour. Is this going to be a 2-hour drive home? There's definitely been worse things. I like spend half my day driving anyway. Not half my day. Maybe today, half my day. But like, you know, at work I get paid to drive from job site to job site. And then, you know, you finish up the workday and you gotta drive what tends to be about an hour home, give or take. So work starts wicked early. I live a 25-minute drive away in the morning. And it's like, okay, the getting there more or less on time can be a little stressful. But it's a shorter drive. And then in the afternoon, it's like, okay, I could be driving an hour and a half and it wouldn't be that out of the ordinary. Today it might even be way more than that. But like, I usually don't have anywhere to be. Like, I got things to do when I get home, but it's not like I need to make it at this specific time or my boss is gonna slit my throat in the workshop. Workshop, that's the word. I've been thinking like the shop, but I forgot that workshop was just a word. Because it's like, okay, you go to the shop at the end of the day, and it's like, but it's not like a store shop. And I forgot workshop was a term. Okay, there's no one else. Okay, someone else is coming into this lane. I'm like a freaking molecule doing osmosis. I see a big gap. I'm like, that's where I want to be on the road. I don't know. I do enjoy time in the car, I've got to say. Jeez, this thing just keeps going. I could ramble for so long. I've been thinking, like, conceptually for years, like, yeah, I would love to be a Twitch streamer. But maybe little vlogs while I'm driving is really what it's about. Because I love to ramble. I love to be on a mic between songs or whatever. And, like, I feel like me not having a lot to say... Can you merge? Oh, sweet Subi. I feel like me not having a lot to say doesn't mean I don't say a lot. And, like, I struggle with conversation. But when it's just me talking at a microphone and, like, someone's there to listen to whatever, I can keep... I just open my mouth and things tumble out. Sorry. People are merging so much, and really, I don't know. I feel like I don't care to change lanes that fast. You can see by the lights change that I'm in the tunnel, and I will be for a while. And I don't know what time it is, because my time's on my phone, and my radio doesn't work. And even when it did work, I had it deliberately set as the wrong time, because if I set it as not the right time, and I deliberately don't ever learn the time, then I won't be distracted by noticing how much or how little the numbers have changed, and I don't track how long my 12-hour drive has taken or whatever. So I just had it turned off. I don't know. Maybe that's a good place to end this. I'm chilling. I feel like I reached the end of my broadcast. Maybe I'll close it off with, the numbers stations. I haven't actually listened to one, but the Cold War's numbers station. I was reading license plates out loud because during these car rides, even when I'm not talking to y'all, I tend to just talk because I'm trying to learn to fem my voice a bit. And I feel like now that it's darker here, I gotta keep a lookout for anyone who might wanna pull me over for having a screen in front of me. But I don't know, it's essentially a mirror right here. There's a mirror up there. And maybe before I made that comparison, it had already been pointed towards me for a while. Because, I've got my side mirrors. I don't necessarily need my rear view mirror if I'm in stop and go traffic. I don't need it to be showing me out the back window. That's just not the most important information to me. But I am vain and transgender, and I like to look myself in the eyes. Not in a weird way. I mean, maybe it depends on your definition of weird. I feel like I just get so entranced by looking at myself. I'm not perving out about myself. I'm like, wow, you've changed. And yeah, that's been going on for a while. Jeez, who's gonna listen to a 20-minute video? Not me, that's for sure. Oh yeah, so I feel like I started to say something about, I was reading off license plates because I've been practicing voice training. The moment I talk to someone, it immediately goes back to some kind of guy voice. I don't know how to switch between them deliberately unless it's a song like that. I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases. But that's just changing pitch. That's not necessarily changing it in a guy to girl scale. But then the moment I talk to someone, and even if I feel like I've been practicing a vaguely femme voice, it'll stop being that. But then, so I was reading license plates, and it reminded me of numbers stations, and I thought it would be fun to go on a vlog like this and then just start numbers stationing out, just listing numbers, like the old numbers stations that may have been passing codes to embedded secret agents. V9429969S8152397X63819 3RW190. We're going faster now. Maybe this was the key. Maybe I should have just been spouting numbers the whole time. What if I send this one to my coworkers? be like, hey, do you want to listen to me for 20 minutes as I go crazy in traffic? Have at it. It's been 20 minutes. I'm gonna stop this one. Bye. Make bad choices. Have fun. Live a little. Yeah, I don't know. The tunnel's going fast. Everything up to here was so slow. But the tunnel's, I won't say zoom in. I was going faster, now I'm going 4 miles an hour. But like, I got a bit of a ways through here. It's going faster than it does a lot of days. Okay, bye, love you.